You still got John Harbaugh. For those who was living under a rock over the weekend, the Chiefs came into the bank after y'all put them out Owens Mills. Why was they out Owens Mills?
That was on them.
That's on them, nigga. You gotta ask them that.
Yeah, man.
Out Owens Mills.
Yeah, man. Why was they near Costco? Chiefs came all the way from Costco, beat the Ravens 17-10 in the AFC Championship game. Number 1 seed went down to the number 3 seed. All those wins to get home field advantage, to put up 10 points. Look at that. I was hoping one of them motherfuckers did the strut. I was hoping one of them niggas did the strut.
Get this shit started, man. I ain't got all night.
Right. Could we go break down the game or you just what we doing?
On y'all. It's on y'all.
I mean, usually you kick it to us. I guess it's different.
It's on y'all.
But cool.
I'm just I'm admiring the work.
Cool. Yes. I mean, so like I said,
don't get mad at me. Get mad at your quarterback.
I'm not mad at you. I mean, you usually kick it to us. You doing all that talking for what?
I'm mad at that. What you mean? Oh, no. Oh, whoa. No, don't do that. Because first of all, we beat you twice, so I can talk. But you got all the way there.
This is why you don't rest starters.
I'm breaking down.
You got all the way there. Blame Lamar. If Lamar did his job, I'm quiet today.
You ain't never break down the game. You don't know what I'm gonna say about the game.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
What?
These 4 eyes seen it.
What I'm gonna say?
That y'all fucking suck. That's what you're gonna say. That's what I hope you say. That's what I hope you say.
I'm not gonna say that, but anyway,
that's what I hope you say.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Like I said, you did things all year that you ain't do. You can't. You was uncharacteristic, uncharacteristic as a team, undisciplined. That comes from the top to bottom. I think the defense got it together in the second half, but both game plans were bad. That was the definition of the game. Everybody that when we came to the show on Friday, we talked about the greatest quarterback that is Pat Mahomes or whatever. You came out in the first half and you zoned them. I mean, all 4 of us know you can't zone Pat Mahomes. It was a bad game plan. It was a horrible game plan. And we just talked about a pre-show. The score was, everybody was saying the score was 14-7. You felt like you was down more than that because the way they was moving the ball, the way they was going up and down the field. You had to become one-dimensional because you felt like you had to match that. You felt like you had to go up and down the field with them, and you abandoned the run. So, like I said, credit to the defense for getting it together in the second half, I guess. But I feel like the game was really lost when you let them go up and down the field 2 times like that. Like you gave them every single minute. We took the crowd complete out the game pretty much. And I didn't understand the game plan. I didn't understand zoning them. I didn't understand, letting Mahomes sit back there and throw the ball. Because like I said, you played man the whole second half and you still was able to get the pressure. You had that game plan from coming out, they probably wouldn't have scored. Let's be real, they probably wouldn't have scored. And then so we can switch to, like I said, so shout out defense. They got it together. They ain't let up no second half points. You can't really sneeze at that. You ain't let up. You had them 17 points. They scored all that 17 points for 14 on the first 2 drives, and then you gave up 3 because you get 2 dumbass 15-yard penalties being undisciplined. Not on the refs. They were good calls. You smacking Mahomes in the face. Van Noy playing beyond the whistle. You gotta let Kelsey talk. It's stupid. It was stupid penalties. And to the offensive side of the ball, you reverted back to old Lamar. You reverted back to old football. Not keeping your eyes disciplined, not going through your reads. Not escaping the pocket when you should have. Not taking what all year he has taken what the defense has given him all year. And yesterday he decided not to take the defense given him. Monk didn't change the game plan. They didn't make no adjustments. They didn't start throwing it to the back. They didn't start running screens. I didn't see a slant all day. I didn't see one slant. They bring in pressure. You throw behind the pressure. It wasn't done. They kept on trying to run these 10 to 12-yard routes. And like you said, they were sticky all night. So Lamar didn't play well. We can put that out there. He didn't play well. Could have played better. If he played better, could potentially win the game. Because like I said, your defense did what they had to do the second half. They scored 17. They did not score the second half. So it was all on offense, and offense didn't do what they had to do. You could say I expected them to make adjustments as far as the way the Chiefs was defending in the second half, and they didn't. Kept the same game plan. They didn't run the ball like they should have. Like I said, they didn't check it down. Zay fumbling on the shit that didn't happen all year. That shit decided it popped it reared its ugly head in the AFC Championship game. And once again, when you playing teams like Mahomes, you playing teams like the Chiefs, you're playing great quarterbacks. I mean, you cannot make those mistakes. You limit those mistakes. Like I said, you give yourself a great chance to win the game. Because, like I said, the defense all year they've been making adjustments. They made the adjustments, and the offense didn't make the adjustments, and that's really the game. Because as great as Mahomes was in that first two drives, he didn't do nothing for the rest of the game. You legit shut him down for the rest of the game, which is I don't understand the game plan. You can watch any film on Mahomes and realize you cannot zone him. I didn't get you can play coverage without zoning. I didn't get the game plan, and I really think coming out like that and giving them momentum and getting Kelsey going. It was a game. It was a game. It was going to be hard to come back and steal that momentum back, even with the crowd, because you didn't change the offensive game plan. I'm still, and like I said, I think it comes from top down. I think it's John Harbaugh on down. He didn't have them ready to play. I don't think they was ready to play. I think they was very, very undisciplined. I think they was too hyped up. Very, very undisciplined. 4 or 5, 15-yard penalties. Like, it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous in the AFC Championship game. Especially when you ain't played that way all year. You ain't played that way all year. You ain't make them uncharacteristic mistakes all year. They just played bad. The Chiefs deserved to win the game. The Ravens, they played bad. I'm not gonna sit here and say, they gave it away this, that, and the third. They played bad, and the game plans, both offensively and defensively, wasn't good enough to win.
Yeah, Keys. I definitely echo your sentiments. I mean, first I want to give congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They seem to live in the Super Bowl. This is Mulatto Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl. Half-White Jordan he's Jordan, man. He's Jordan of the 90s, and there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks that end up becoming Charles Barkley's and Pat Ewing's because of it. And that's why, you can't criticize other quarterbacks for their shortcomings because we haven't done shit either. And honestly, those other quarterbacks play better when they face up with Mahomes. I mean, Jesus Christ, yesterday was atrocious. Sitting in those stands, having to take that walk of shame back to the car. None of that was nice. None of that made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. But as far as the game is concerned, I was concerned from the coin flip. As soon as the Chiefs won the coin flip and said, "Nah, we're gonna defer. We want them to receive." From that point on, I was concerned. What did we do? The first possession, first drive of the game, we go 3 and out. That's uncharacteristic of us. I wasn't expecting to score, didn't need to score, but a 3 and out, that just shows you where we were mentally, right? Not to even get a first down in that situation. A 3 and out not only gives their defense life, but it also gives their offense life. Like, not only did we stop them from scoring, but we're going to get the ball coming out of halftime. And what do? They march right up down the field. And Mahomes, I mean, that first touchdown to Kelsey, that was one of the best throws I've ever seen. And I saw it live. I saw how it formed. I saw where the ball was thrown. I saw how it was placed. I saw the adjustment he made on Kyle Hamilton, and just that was just 2 Hall of Famers playing pitch and catch. It was just amazing and disheartening at the same token. So you see that, and then we were able to respond. That was one thing that I did like to see. At that point, I thought, okay, this has the feel of a shootout, and I think we approached it that way as well early on. We were able to get that score to Zay Flowers, which was a hell of a quarterbacking play by Lamar. I mean, the way he was able to shake the defender, avoid the sack, and then fling it 30 yards downfield, that was amazing. At that point, I thought we were in for a great one. And then what next position on their Chiefs' second possession, what do? They march right up back down the field and score once again on our number one vaunted defense. Those type of things, even though it was 14-7, made the game feel like it was 21-7 or 28-7. In the stadium, nobody had confidence that we could get a stop because we didn't show anything that would inspire confidence to make us feel that way. I mean, on third down, we even when we did get some pass rush on third down early on, what did Mahomes do? He danced back there for 30 seconds and just throws, a floater to Kelsey for a first down. I mean, he was doing amazing Michael Jordan ass shit. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was disheartening. It was the type of plays that, just sucked the soul out of you. Pause. It was just a unfortunate state of events. And, there's a lot of folks that's saying we should have ran the ball more. And, I don't disagree. Like, even like yesterday, we watched the 49ers not abandon their run game. But you know why they don't abandon their run game? Number one, they have a head coach that calls plays, right? Because that's a whole different other story. But number two, Christian McCaffrey might be the best running back ever. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But he's in the conversation, right? We don't have any of those guys. We do have Lamar Jackson. We do have a great scheme, but we don't have somebody that you can just say, you know what, despite everything, that option back there is the best option. Gus Edwards ain't the best option on the field. Justice Hill ain't the best option on the field. So when you're in those situations where you feel like this is going to be a shootout, where you feel like the game is getting out of hand, where you feel like Mahomes is applying pressure, where you feel like the defense can't get a goddamn stop early on, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see pressing, and you're going to see we're going to put the ball in our playmaker's hand, who is Lamar Jackson. When he's the quarterback's throw. That's kind of how the game went. But even so, like even with the running game, the Chiefs did a great job to limit us to 81 yards rushing. Lamar Jackson had 54 of those rushes, right? Rush yards, excuse me. Gus Edwards had a 15-yard run on the touchdown drive we had in the first quarter. But other than that, I mean, everything was run the ball for 1 yard. Everything was run the ball, no gain. Like, it didn't inspire confidence to continue to doing it, especially when you're in a situation that entire first half, the stops just weren't coming in bunches. When we did get a stop, we felt like, oh my God, wow, fourth down, like that was an amazing stop. But, that was something to where the Chiefs didn't execute. They should execute better on 4th and inches. They were about to score another touchdown on us. Let's get real about this defense. I'm not about to sit here and act like they played great, because they played like ass. And they forced us to have to force our hand in that regard. Forced us to panic. Now, we didn't have to panic, but it made it easier to panic. I can't make excuses for any side of the football. Defense, even though they settled down in the second half, I think that was more so the Chiefs understanding that, they're struggling to score. We just got to make sure we don't turn the ball over. As long as we don't give them anything, we feel good about things. And when we need to make a play, we'll make a play. I.e., 3rd and 9 with a couple minutes left, or not a couple minutes left. It was less than 2 minutes left in the game. But if we convert that, if we stop them on 3rd down, we get the ball back with a chance to tie the game. You know what they do? They go 32 yards down the field to MVS. When they needed a play, they made the play. I don't think they was worried about our defense at all. They was in cruise control. Know why? Because we were beating ourselves. You know what I mean? We get to the drive in which we had the most promise, where we were gaining our momentum back. Even the what was it, a 55-yard throw to Zay Flowers from Lamar. Even on that play, even when something goes well, it wasn't ideal. Zay Flowers was open 3 seconds before he got the ball. Let me rephrase. Zay Flowers was open 3 seconds before the ball was thrown. That ball was late. That ball floated. He had to stop running and wait for the ball. In that instance, if the ball was properly thrown, if there was more anticipation on the play, he's moonwalking into the end zone. We don't have to worry about a fumble. We don't have to worry about a taunting penalty. We don't have to worry about anything like that. The throw was fucking late. Let's keep it a buck today. Today, we're going to be honest.
His eyes was bad. His eyes was bad all game. His eyes was bad for an open drive.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, the throw got there, but it wasn't ideal. Now, mind you, in that situation, could we had overcome? Of course we could. We almost did, but again, we got to talk about Zay Flowers now, because he played a hell of a game and had a hell of a rookie season. But let's talk about the immaturity, because the immaturity cost us a playoff win. It cost us a chance at the Super Bowl. When you catch that pass, number one, why are you moving east to west? This isn't Boston College, my friend.
He did it. I'm gonna cut you off, but he did the same thing against the Lions, and they told him about it. Like, just go to the. You're supposed to run to the pylon anyway.
After that first juke, I get it. After that first juke, and you get the defender off balance, cut to the pylon. Get as much as you can. All you can get. This is a playoff game. This is a game of yards and inches. He's sitting there worried about trying to get a fucking touchdown. Then you get a taunting penalty. You push somebody down and spin the ball over him. Again, this isn't Boston College, my friend. That is idiotic. You are sitting there taunting while down 10 points, to the defending champions. Make it make sense. What are you taunting about?
Undisciplined.
Let's hurry up. Let's think about the next play. Let's keep our head in the game. What are you taunting about? This isn't about you. This is about us. What are you taunting about? You haven't done shit, motherfucker. What are you taunting about? And then, because I'm not done. And then he gets the ball again. Instead of running full speed into the end zone, he dives for the end zone. We didn't see Mecole Hardman last week. We don't think that these players are opportunistic in this type of game to where when you the way he corralled the ball, he ended up with two hands, but it started with one hand, and then he had the ball closer to where the defender trailing him was, then instead of just having it home. Me personally, like, just fall down, bro. Just fall down. If you don't want to take the contact, fall down at the one. We would have had 1st and goal. It was what, 2nd and goal at the 8. Sorry, excuse me. It was 2nd and 7 at the 8. We got the 7 yards. You get down, we can fight and live to fight the next series of downs. And you're at the 1. I'm pretty sure we would have scored in that instance. But my thing is, if you wanted to make up for that taunting penalty and you wanted to be the person that scored, because I could see it in his eyes, he wanted that score. Cool. Go in there like a man. Go in there full speed and take a hit. If you're going in there full speed with the ball on your chest, I don't see too many people stopping you from scoring one or ripping the ball out too. But when you're diving like that, the ball was out recklessly, and that's what happens. You know, Snead said you got to respect the game. He didn't respect the game in that situation, or respect himself or his teammates. You know what I mean? Yes, it's a rookie mistake, but there's been instances this season where Lamar has had to talk to Zay about his immaturity, about some of his things, some of the antics that he does. And again, it's not a huge deal. He's not a bad person, bad player. But some of these things, he needs to come next year with a whole different mentality. But it's not just Zay Flowers. That was just the nail in the coffin, though. That definitely was the nail in the coffin, because the 17-14 game with the defense starting to gain a little bit of momentum is a totally different story than them getting the turnover 17-3 with the ball. That is crazy. That sucked the life out of the stadium. I walked out at that point. It was just ridiculous, you know. And then from there, man, I mean, we didn't have but so many opportunities. That was the one opportunity to really put some pressure on KC. And it felt like from the first minute on that they were applying pressure on us. And they forced us out of our game plan. You know, we couldn't stick to the run when we felt like we were chasing from the first minute on. That's how it felt. It felt like we were in chase mode, and that's what good teams do. When you apply pressure, you force people out their game plans. That's the point. We weren't the aggressive team. You know, they were sitting there kicking our helmets pregame. You know, they was talking about Avenue and Two and Do and Dummy and shit. Like, they just came into Baltimore and punked us. And how are we gonna let the Kansas City Chiefs, like from Midwest Missouri, like, how are they gonna come in here and punk us in our home, bro? That's what happened, though. And, you know, I guess, you know, great season. On to next year. You know, we'll get them next time. How many times we gonna hear that shit? Y'all ain't sick of that?
Overly emotional.
Yeah. And then we was dancing last week. What was we dancing for? To Key's point about preparation, right? Is our mind on the prize? Are we focused? Are we focused on the totality? I know Lamar said, you know, I'm focused is one game at a time, but motherfuckers was dancing in the locker room. I saw that. Were we dancing yesterday? I didn't see Mahomes and them dancing. But maybe it's because they've been here before and they've done it.
Yeah. I think y'all covered everything well. Tough end, disappointing end to another season. I think Dan Campbell said it best, and I'm sure we'll get there, but the reality is you may not be back here. Like, it's tough to get to this point. Like, when you get this close to Final Four, bro, like, we've seen it historically with the Ravens, 2000, 2012. They get it done. You get to the AFC title game, it's almost signed, sealed, delivered. But you just don't get this close. Like, you don't know what will happen next year. So when you're there, you got to seize the moment. Time of possession, man, you go and look at it. KC just drained us. Like, they literally just they took the life out the
The
stadium. You can
goddamn
feel
game plan, brother. That's
Yeah.
what it was. It was a stupid ass zone.
It was exactly what it was, and it kept them on the field. It allowed them to extend drives. It allowed them time to make plays. And from that first 3 and out, they just went
Stop
play for play
like
and play for play right down the field, man. So
that's what it was. I mean,
Yo, they
that's
fucking
what
bullied y'all.
That's what it
They
comes lost.
bullied the shit out of y'all from kicking Justin Tucker shit out the way.
We got pumped
from the beginning. Austin Miller tried to go over there and be tough. They said, "Nigga, get the fuck off our sideline." That's exactly what he did. I was shocked because what's Boogie's fit? What's Zach Randolph's? Hey, where I'm from, the bully get bullied, and I'm shocked because I've never really seen Kansas City play that brand of football. Like you can see, Travis Kelce came in this game. I'm gonna fuck with them today. I'm gonna fuck with them today. It was from jump. I'm gonna fuck with them today. You've seen it all game, and you on Twitter, and you see he's
them niggas was talking all week, yo. Like the little one-liners and all that shit cute, but like when it don't equate to wins.
Ray back it up, yo.
Talk after the game. I'm all that talking and giving them bullet them. They champs. They don't need
Ray would have killed somebody on that field. Win or loss. Like Roquan he wasn't making enough impact for me.
But just talk about back to the game. It's a little interesting to the game where you could tell the Ravens just weren't prepared. You know, at the end of the half, they needed 8 yards to the first down. You blitz and give up the 8 yards. They kick the field goal. And at the end of the game, where they need time to throw. To get the first down, you drop back and let them throw the pass to MVS. Like it's just a little interesting like that where you do stuff like that, you definitely not gonna win. And we ain't seen Mike make bad calls like that all year. You know, he's been decent, but like I said, the offense played bad. But I'm blaming this on a lot of this blame is going to majority go to Mike Down. The game plan was horrible. It was really really bad.
What about Harbaugh though? Like this is he allowed this. It continues to happen on his watch though. Like
I'm documenting how I feel. I win a Super Bowl. I still want him gone. I still want him fired. That ain't change, and it's even more evident now. I mean that they can't. The game plan's got to go through the head coach. So you decided all the film you watch, the game plan. Let's come out here and let's zone Patrick Mahomes and let's do this. Like Tony Romo was saying it from the beginning. You're the best quarterback I've ever seen with moving people's eyes. He was saying it the whole game, and what they did, they came out there zone them, ain't change it. You don't gotta wait to halftime to make adjustments. He's clearly just. All the receivers, they was throwing underneath screens, like that works against the zone because you're backing up. Everybody playing the space. So you backing up, they throwing screens, they throwing like they just literally he's floating the ball over Kyle Hamilton. That's only available because you're playing zone. If you're playing man, that shit doesn't work. It didn't work the second half because you switch your defense. And I just don't get how you come as a head coach and as much as Harbaugh's supposed to know about football. That he came to you with this game plan and you okayed it. Like, this is what we're gonna go with. That's unacceptable.
They treat him like he was CJ Stroud or something. Like
that's exactly what it was. They played the same type of defense they played against CJ Stroud. Like, you can't do that. If you watch any film as any film of Mahomes, anything where he struggled, whatever, is strictly against man-to-man defense. He's not gonna struggle against a cover two. It's not gonna happen.
And again, I harken back to those first two drives. I mean, that shit set the tone for the rest of the game. It didn't matter that they didn't put so many more points on the board. They put enough points on the board. We only scored 10. Right. They did what they needed to do, and then they showed that it was how they did it. It wasn't explosive plays. It was methodical. It was okay.
Take what the defense give you.
We lose first and second down. We'll get you on third down, and we'll keep doing it as long as you're giving it to us. That hurts, bro. Like when how many times, Keith, did you hear, all right, fans, let's get up, it's third down. And then there's first down. That shit kills you, bro.
That one where he slithered in the pocket and Clowney was coming up behind him and looked like he was about to strip sack him, and he just like pushed the ball to Kelce. Bro, that just gut punch. You talk about gut punch. Mahomes, watching him live yesterday, like you see why he is who they say he is, bro. Like he tough. He tough. The kid tough, yo. He tough.
And that's why. Listen, and that's why when you talk about when we talk about sticking to the run game, yeah, it sounds good, but when you're playing against somebody that's doing things like that, it can kind of suck you into the point where it's like, yo, we kind of got to match blow for blow. Like it might
Yeah,
get at that point in time. It was
agree.
like it might get surgical.
Yeah, I agree that you can match blow for blow, but you don't have to. You can change your game plan to match blow for blow. You don't have to keep on running 12 to 15 yards down when they playing the type of defense they was playing. You know, like I said, we said it Friday. I said it Friday. The flats open all game. You know that one possession we went down the field. He threw 3 straight. All the first downs went to the running back.
So check downs.
Yeah, all the check down. That's
the check down was open all day.
That's literally what they was
check down in the middle of the field.
And Lamar, he reverted back to the old Lamar where we've been saying for years, you don't check the ball down, and he stopped doing it. And then once he did do it, he threw it to Justice Hill, threw it to Gus Evans the first time, threw it to Justice Hill the next 2 times, picked up about 40 yards on the ground. They literally were not defending the flats. They knew what the Ravens were trying to do.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the return of Mark Andrews had anything to do with the way our offense came out and looked? And I only ask that not to blame anything on Mark Andrews. It's just to acknowledge that he had a broken fucking leg, right?
Yeah, I think
and he's coming back to play playoff football.
Yeah, I think I mean, mainly the main thing is not only did it gave likely less targets. That's the main thing that
snaps.
And then it took Cole off it put likely in a position to block, which we know was his weakness. And it took Cola off the field when he should have been on the field blocking. I understand you got your warrior back there, Mark or whatever, but what did he really add yesterday?
And then the ad he didn't look like he didn't look like Mark Andrews. Yeah, like even granted it was a penalty, but the one play Lamar put it on him, ball went right through his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it got called back for a penalty, but it didn't count. But like he didn't come into the game with anything.
They say he was.
The thing is that the way the ship was going, the ship was running fine. Like
you threw likely yesterday. What likely do? Break a tackle the first down.
Yeah.
That's something that Mark wasn't able to do yesterday. All Mark catches was sliding to the ground. And that guy probably do was Lamar. Just threw a lot of bad balls. He wasn't. I don't know. It was the Mahomes factor, and he was trying to match him and instead of just playing his own game. Because he was even still
third down screens.
Yeah, exactly. He just wasn't able to. He wasn't even leaving the pocket when he should have left the block because he was trying to stay in the pocket and throw the ball, and he should have just got out of the pocket and picked up a yard. The yards with the run game, Lamar could have escaped the pocket and ran for more yards yesterday. It was there. He just didn't do it.
There were 2 plays where I felt like he was going to make a house call. That 4th and 1 when he got loose, I thought that was a touchdown or at least a long game. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he lost speed. I don't know if he was worried about like what was behind him as opposed to what's in front of him. But there was a play also in the second half where I thought he was out of there. I saw nothing but green grass, and he was looking back, looking at the trailing defender. I don't care about the trailing defender. Get loose, Lamar. Get loose.
I mean, but he only had like 2 design runs yesterday. I would have liked to seen him run him a little bit more yesterday. I definitely would have. I think he finished with like 8 rushes.
I thought yesterday was going to be a by any means type of game, and it looked like we were just.
Now we was still back there dancing in the pocket, trying to find nobody open.
And we didn't talk about the O-line too much, but the O-line was atrocious. The O-line was horrible. Now, mind you, we didn't run the ball to hide them. We know they weren't.
So Villanueva was there.
We know they weren't the greatest pass blocking unit, but god damn. I mean, they lived in the backfield. Lamar was getting pushed. He was getting hit. He didn't have time to throw. And then when he did have time to throw, he was so used to being pressured that he wasn't even making the smart read. When he threw in triple coverage, he actually had better options. It was 2 deep coverage. The safety took likely. You had Odell on the dagger.
Coming underneath. Yeah, I'm coming underneath.
And then you had Bateman 1-on-1.
His eyes was bad. I mean, he just started. He reverted back to Olamar. You hate to see it in a game this magnitude, but he was jittery. He was just jittery. His eyes was bad. Like I said, if the Ravens want to get where they need to be, if they want to, he has to be better. It starts with him. I mean, you can forget the game plans. Regardless of game plan, your quarterback still play horrible. So you can't even your coaches don't give you a chance. Give the team a chance to win, and then your quarterback play that way. Regardless what the ending stats were, play bad. Like I said, it was a lot of throws were left there because he was trying to force the ball down the field. Like I said, the Ravens ran one screen to Zay. It got tipped. They ain't go back to it. It was open all day. You throw that out there, whatever, you get that ball out there, Zay Flowers would have took one of the balls to the house. Rashad Bateman would have got 15, 20 yards. It was there. They just mucked and didn't adjust. They never wanted to take the cheese. They wanted to, I guess, be so aggressive. What they was gonna try to do what they did all year against the Dolphins. Try to throw the ball downfield, and this wasn't a type of defense. The Chiefs were trying to keep everything inside the numbers. You throw that screen outside the numbers, you can break them. You can get them. But the Ravens wasn't. They never adjusted offensively. They never did.
And that was a great point, Keeps, because the Chiefs, we talked about it. We were number one in a lot of metrics. They were number two. I think they kind of deserved a little bit more respect than what we gave them. I think, sometimes you got to keep things simple and keep the main thing. And I don't think we did a great job of that. But even saying that, man, like, this is our identity until further notice. I've seen, Joel Embiid comparisons. I've seen James Harden comparisons. I've seen Doc Rivers to John Harbaugh comparisons. At this point, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It's warranted too. You play bad. If you can say if he played great and it came down to a last second kick or whatever, is a different story. But he didn't give the Ravens a chance to win.
So what's next? Like, where do we?
Harbaugh got to
go?
That's what's next. That's the main thing because I think Lamar can get better. He got the work determination, work ethic. I see him to get better. We just got to see it. But Harbaugh ain't getting no better. What he gonna do to get better? He's not gonna get any better.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
We need to offer Mike the job and make him a front office person. Seriously,
do some Bruce Arians shit.
You can't keep losing the same way. You're saying the same thing at the games. Like, it's a swan song at this point with John, bro. Like, he didn't reach his potential. Like, he reached his max.
I'm telling y'all, he peaked after the 2012 Super Bowl. It's over for you. Like, he peaked on the 14-2 season. I guess that was a real peak. But you can't be in there dancing the way he was the main culprit in there dancing. You are the lead of the team. You are this is gonna follow you. Like, you in there dance. What do you think the team gonna do? You got to be focused for the fucking. You got to be focused for AFC Championship game. Like, why are you? And it's not like he's a rookie head coach. It's not like he hasn't won a Super Bowl for. What it takes. What it expects to be there. You had leaders like Ed Reed and Ray Lewis in the locker room or whatever. Why are you dancing? Why are you dancing after a divisional round win? It don't matter. It don't matter now. So now you're looking at it, like I said, I don't think this team, I don't think this team was prepared. I think they was very indisciplined. I think it was too much talk on the week. I think they was too overhyped. And this is what happens when you get overhyped. Like I said, we said, even before the Friday show, even before the when we recapped the divisional round, we came on and we said, it's okay to celebrate one day, but you got a two-time champion coming in. You got Pat Mahomes coming in. It's not going to be easy, and it proved exactly what we said. They just wasn't ready to play. Like, you spinning out, smacking Mahomes in this smack. What are you doing that for? Clowney running and tone with his helmet. What are you doing that for? Is Van Noy talking back to Kelsey? It's undisciplined. It's shit that we ain't seen all year. So you do shit like that, you deserve to lose. Shout out to the Chiefs. We see Pat Mahomes continue what he doing.
Any closing words?
What is it? 120 minutes more this time instead of my usual 60 minutes? Y'all gave me 120 extra minutes of football. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. You want to go to the NFC, or y'all want to fire some people, or y'all want to save that for what happened to you? Y'all want to fire some people? I'll draw Harbaugh on the person that need to go. I'm cool. Mike cool. I'm funeral ready if you want to.
He just made a couple mistakes. No, we can talk about the NFC. I'm ready. I'm ready to break down biting.
Let's talk about a real team.